Good morning. This is IIT class. I am Venkateshwarlu taking the ethics class from Hyderabad. In the last class, we dealt about the probity in governance and one weapon we have discussed about the RTI Act and how you can improve the performance by using the RTI Act. We have seen the website classes of trust through transparency in the Central Information Commission website. Today, we will deal with another important chapter, that is the citizen charter. So, what is a charter? It is an agreement. It is an agreement with the citizen charters. So, citizen charters is also a very important tool to improve the efficiency of the government. So, what are the benefits of a citizen charter? What is simply what is citizen charter? That means government provides certain things under a charter. We will do this work in so much of a days. All the services of the government are specified in a time bound manner. So in the time bound manner, you will get the service. You need not approach a middleman. You need not approach an office staff. You need not give money to anybody, or you need not wait for days. It is specified in the citizen charter. These are the benefits. A time bound service delivery is there. If it is written that your land will be surveyed within 7 days, it will be surveyed. So a time limit is there. You need not go and beat around the surveyor. If you need a birth certificate, you need not go to anywhere. Simply apply it and wait for the time. You want to record the death of a person, it is also time bound. So just apply the procedure, you will get the certificate. There is no human touch. So citizen thought the beauty of the human charter is there is no human touch. Automatically it reduces corruption. Then transparency in administration and service delivery. So it is open. Everybody knows when you are going to get the your land surveyed, when are you going to get your certificate, or when your grievance is going to be addressed. If a tap repair is there, if a street light is not burning, or if you want some other service like repairs or etc., it is transparently done and service delivery is improved. And accountability of the officers increases to the maximum, and it gives the power to the citizens. Citizens are empowered. We are giving power. We are doing service to the public in a time bound manner, and the middlemen, the main cause for the corruption, are eliminated. And there will be scope for continuous improvement in the service delivery. You have to improve yourself because you have done something and you have done something and you get a good name. This is the most important thing that you have to do. And finally, it is a good governance. What is good governance? Doing you are doing you are doing the good service and the good governance. That increases the trust in the government. The trust will be increased to the maximum. And who has introduced this? What is citizen charter? Basically, first point, it is a commitment. It is a commitment of the government that we will do certain things for a group or certain things, that we will do this. We will provide these services at this specified time. So, what are the features of the citizen charter? There is no, this is not as per the Constitution of India or any government act or any government rules, etc. It is only as per the instructions of the government, citizen charter is provided to the public. It is a voluntary declaration that we will do these services in so much of a time and specify service standards. We will survey your land in 7 days. We will register your land in 3 days. We will repair the tap in 3 days. We will provide street lighting in 1 day, etc. You provide specific service standards. Then it will give accessibility, accountability. And who has introduced this? This was introduced in UK by the Prime Minister John Major in 1991 by the caption Services First. Services first. That means among all things, service is the top priority item. Service is the first. So we have also launched in India in 1997, and lot of fanfare was there, lot of publicity was there. We have kept erected all the citizen charter boards. We have written everything. And today, where are we? Almost it is in a dump. What went wrong? How to repair it? How to ensure that citizen charters are back? This is the important question for the would-be civil servants, and you will be writing this question in the exam. What went wrong? You must also know it. First point is lack of public awareness. Still, people are have no trust. They are trust only the middlemen. Okay, if we have no time to light around the offices, let us give to this person. He will get the information to us. So we have to ensure public awareness. And secondly, the most important thing for the failure of the citizen charter is charters are not realistic. They are not as per the timeline. For example, this should be with reference to your staff and resources available. If you don't have the persons, you can't do the repairs. If you don't have the material and money, you can't do what the public has asked. For example, there is a street light repair is there. Do you have the person? How many poles he can climb and how many poles he can repair? You should have a realistic target. And if you fail many times, there will be loss of public trust in the system, and they've forgotten about the citizen charter, and safely the officers also forgotten about it. So we have to ensure that the charters, the time limits set are realistic. How we will discuss, and lack of trained officers and motivated staff. So our officers and staff also they are not interested because they are the losers. Because here corruption is the eliminated totally, and resources you don't have a lack of resources also there. Majority of us also may not have the sufficient money for providing services to the people. And finally, apathy of bureaucrats. So we will do it, okay. So we have to do it. We will do it leisurely. So that sort of apathy is there. That should be removed. And one of the beauty of citizen charter is if it is not rectified in the time limit set in the citizen charter, the concerned persons must be penalized. So whatever penalized you may impose. Suppose you are penalizing at the rate of 50 rupees per day. It is delayed by 10 days, then you have to collect 500 rupees. That is not there. So nobody bothers. There is neither reward nor punishment. So then why should we do it? So there is an official apathy of the bureaucrats and staff. So these are the issues. And finally, as usual, which is there in everything, there is a political interference and no monitoring and evaluation. There is nobody to check or nobody to evaluate the performance of the citizen charter. So these are all the 7 important points for the failure of the citizen charters. Number one is lack of awareness. Number two, the charters we have given to the public by each and every office are not realistic, are not time tested, and there are we have to keep it in mind the resources and persons available, and this led to loss of public trust and lack of trained and motivated staff and resources and apathy of the bureaucrats, and there is no collection of penalties, there is no fear of citizen charter, and finally political interference, and finally there is no monitoring and evaluation. Then how can you improve it? So what you should do to improve the citizen charter performance, and how to regain the public trust which the government offices have lost, what you should do. The foremost thing is the time limit set for each and every task should be realistic. Take a critical review of the doables. Whatever you can do, have a critical review of that. Discuss with your staff, discuss with different stakeholders, and ensure a correct time limit. Suppose you have got one electrician who can repair this, so give a realistic time. If you have got five street light repairers, you can promise many things, but you have only one person and you don't have resources, particularly the required tube lights, particularly required carbons, etc., which are meant for each and every service. You should have the men and material and money to do that. So have a realistic view of the doables. Avoid things which you cannot do. Sky is not the limit. You can't do anything whatever you like. There is a limitation for you as a government officer with respect to your staff and resources and men and material. So have the things, realistic things, promise which you can do and avoid things which you can't do. And simplify the service standards. What should be done? This should be simply specified. And finally, the staff should be trained. Training and capacity building is most important thing. And ensure that you have got good budget, resources, men and material are there with you. So you have the resources and you have the required material. And finally, you leave the implementation of the citizen charter to a third party audit. So let them audit. So for everything for a government officer, it appears everything is good and rosy, but you give to a third party audit and let him check the performance and let him decide the penalties in case of delays on the concern. And celebrate also a citizen charter day every month and give award to the persons and warn the persons who are not doing, and you can definitely ensure a good record. Thank you very much. In the next class we will deal with another important subject of probity of the governance. Hope you have understood this and you have enjoyed the class. Thank you very much. This is Venkateshwarlu. We'll meet again. Thank you.